Hey dudes and chicks and neither if those don't apply to you, welcome to Pick It for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I am going to be doing a second look with the Cold Moon palette. I was actually really undecided about whether or not to use the Winter Witch or the Cold Moon. The color story looks like this, and what it ultimately came down to was I'm going to use that blue the next time I use that palette, and I'm wearing pink. So, if you guys are curious to see how I got this look or hearing my final review on this palette, what my final actual thoughts are after wearing it to work, I mean, I feel like the true test of a makeup look, the true test of a product is wearing it to work, because I run my ass off and get sweaty and so that's like the true test. So if you guys want to hear what my final thoughts on this palette, my final review is, then just hang out. I'm just priming my eyes with my P. Louise primer in Room 2. This is my Unearthly Cosmetics brush, UC819. I actually saw Amanda using it for this, and I love it for priming my eyes now. All right, it was really difficult for me to decide whether I was going to use the Winter Witch palette or the Cold Moon palette. They're both really good, but ultimately the deciding factor was that I want to do a pink look, and the next time I use that Winter Witch palette, I'm going to do a blue look. So I thought about mixing the two, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna do something really easy. The star, I know that everything's gonna blend so well that it doesn't even fucking matter. So I'm gonna go in with a Voldemort M506, and I'm gonna go into Garnet, and I'm gonna basically take the pinks all along the top. So the reason why I didn't go with the Winter Bitch is because I wanna do a pink. I want to stay pink, in the realm of pink anyway. And this is a nice pink. I mean, it's called Garnet, so it already tells you that it's going to have like a reddish base, and it does. So I'm just taking this in about 2/3 and then getting it above the brow bone, because I got that burly ass brow bone. And these shadows literally blend like they don't even exist. These shadows don't exist in the 3D plane. I'm not going to say any names, but somebody must have made a deal with the devil. This is like such a trustworthy shadow formula that literally you don't even have to be careful or care or even try. You just can like slap it on. You can even like mess it up, and like, look at how easily those, like my little skid marks, like they just came right out. Like, I swear to God, this is a very trustworthy formula. Like, you can easily put this on right before work and not worry about anything. Plus, I know a lot of people, they have to wear, like, you know, these are the kinds of colors that they have to wear to work. Mind you, I've said this on my channel many times, and this is kind of one of the things that I teach people, is that warm tones make you look sick and cool tones make you look dead. So there's always going to be, with cool tones, there's always going to be that kind of look of death, like rotting flesh kind of colors. It doesn't have to be that way, but I'm just saying, if you do a cool tone eyeshadow look and you look at yourself in the mirror and you can't really get on board with it, it's probably because you look a little dead, period. And if you do a warm tone look and you look in the mirror and you can't really get on board with it, it's probably because you look a little sick. I like both of those effects. I like looking a little bit sick. I like warm tones because I like looking a little sick. And I also like looking a little strung out. I just think it looks really sexy, like kind of Gia, kind of Katie. Okay, now I'm going to use the Rephr number 14. And I'm going to go into Aurelia. I'm hoping that that's how you pronounce that now that I think of it. Aurelia. That's pretty. This is kind of a wedding pink, and I'm going to kind of stay away from this because I'm going in with that peachy winter rose, but I just wanted to use it just to see what it does. And this is honestly, I mean, I'm going to love it on this look, but it's not a pink that I would normally gravitate toward. Also, I do find it strange because it's like it got a little bit of a mauve-y, like purpley like hint to it, which I'm wondering why it looks so wedding pink on my skin tone, or, you know, what's the deal with that, but it doesn't fucking matter. I'm just pointing it out. It's weird what like different skin tones can do to the colors on your eyes. God, this... What garnet? I didn't put any garnet on there. All right, and now I'm gonna go in with my Made by Mitchell ME3. And I'm gonna go into Winter Rose. And this is the color that I really... This is gonna be, so this is kind of a warmer, cool tone, right? So, pretty. God, this is just so easy. It's making me wonder why I never tried this in the first place. What the fuck? God, that's just done. Man, that looks really gorgeous. This palette is such a worthy expenditure. This is the kind of palette that it does not matter. This will get used. It's so easy. Listen, I remember getting the Huda. I don't remember what it was. It was like one of the first palettes that I ever got. It was like the Huda. It was like the Huda Nude. It was before Huda came out with all this other shit. And it was similar. It looked like a wedding pink nude palette. It was like, I think it was called the Huda Nude, and it was like pinkish. And I got rid of it because I never used it. That just wasn't my journey at that point. But the other thing was like, it didn't blend that well. Like, so it kind of gave me this idea that like cool tones, like you have to be really careful with them. And dude, this palette is just like... And so if you're like putting these colors on and everything's looking a little too cool, hit this top row because that's going to warm everything up. This is all going to be really, really cool. It's going to be really, really dead. This is going to be the deadest, like this greenish, this ash green base. Also, I know I said in my video yesterday that like ash in hair terms is a green base. Ash in hair terms is also a blue base, but ash, a lot of, like Paul Mitchell hair color has green in their ash. So, God, this is super blushy and romantic and cute. I'm going to go back in and kind of just... I'm going to go quick with this because I want to film it. I think I'm going to film my best of 2023. I didn't get those e.l.f. blushes yet. They were supposed to be here yesterday and they didn't quite make it, and now they're not going to be here till Tuesday. But if I have time, I'm going to film my favorites. God, this is just too easy. This is literally a 15-minute look. I'm going to be done here any second. 15-minute look? What's that? Not on this channel. Easy, beautiful. I mean, it's not like the look I did the other day, which was like way more me. Way more me. Like that looked really dead, and this is like a pretty... This is like a prudy little prude look, but I'm gonna throw this shimmer on here and it's not gonna look that fucking prude. So clearly this look right here isn't necessarily me, but it's pretty enough to be me. And like I said, for most of us, this is like a daily wearer. I can't believe how good this palette is. I'm like blending for nothing. Totally unnecessary. I'm just like going through the motions here. Stupid. Another thing that's really cool is the kick up isn't that bad. Not that I've ever hit pan, but this is the kind of palette that's making me consider what that would be like. Because this is the kind of palette that you could literally like use every day. Easily throw something on that you don't have to think about, don't have to work at. I'm really excited for those of you who let me know you guys are getting this. Setting alarms. Like, you're seriously going to be so pleased with this purchase. Okay, I'm going to go in and do my under eye really quickly. I mean, if I'm really thinking about it, if I'm being honest, I could probably stand to have a little more depth. But I mean, I'm just making that up because I think it looks fine. I think it looks depthy enough. Is that a thing where you make up a word that's actually longer than the word that you should have used, which was deep? I mean, I could throw a black in here, but it's just not necessary. It looks really pretty. I almost feel like a black would actually take away from the mood. Okay. And that's really making my eyes look blue too. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with that peach winter rose, and I can really blow this out, which I can blow out any fucking color I want, but I can really blow this out because it's just a, you know, it's so complementary to my skin tone that it's like, I can pull that down and it can just drape right into my blush, which actually is a similar color, which, by the way, I already put my blush on, which I normally don't do that, but I knew for a fact that it was gonna be that. This is what I'm talking about too when warm tones make you look a little sick. I feel like if I take this down, it makes my eyes look red and like a little unhealthy, just a little sicky. And because I like that, it's a mood, I'm just gonna do it more. Okay, pretty. Okay, I'm gonna use my, oh, what a treat my base brush is, and put my NYX glitter primer on, and I already know exactly what colors I'm gonna use because the shimmers is really gonna be what fucking sets this look off. Point of this look was to use these shims. There's something about this palette too that makes you want to do a bunch, like just fucking do a bunch of different looks. It's just so versatile, I think, is. And with my Jessup 234, I'm gonna go into the color Aurora. This is gonna be an extravaganza of the senses, if I can get it on a brush. Go it. Okay. Oh yeah, this, we just went to Fairy Town. Okay, this is like a chunky, flaky, it's not, that's not what it swatched like. It swatched like it was gonna be spreadable, but it's like laying on like little chunks of foil. But just so you know, that's not what it, this is what it swatches like. It's like thick and, ooh. So I gotta just get this top. Damn, this is something else. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is literally like stuff from the nether worlds. That's unfucking believable. I'm actually mad. This is so fucking cool. Okay, let me just get in here with my garnet. I can just barely see a couple little specks, but honestly, not too much of a mess, really. How's that blend? I went in with Orithia. Please let that be the word. Can we just make it that? Okay, and then I'm going to go into Snowdrop. Okay, this color is so strange. It's really hard to, when I was swatching them on my arm, I really wasn't doing it, or myself. It wasn't the reality, because when I just swatched this on my hand, I could really see clearly all the weird little details. So this is like confetti. It's like, these are both like really chunky, flaky formulas, but when you spread them out, which it's hard to do, there's like, it's like white, and then it's got like pink and peach and golden confetti in it. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like, I kind of went a little overboard there. And I'm just going to kind of pull this way. There we go. Okay, that's the look right there. I'm going to go finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Electra, I'm pretty sure. My Give Me Glow liquid lipstick in She's All That. My ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Get Paid. This is a good one. I use my ColourPop Kathleen Lights. Lunar has it. I mean, this is always going to be the one for me with this because it's really the only really like cool toned blush I have, and it's also one of my favorite blushes that I've ever owned, ever of all time. It still just continues to stand the test of time. So for those of you who don't have it, I'm sorry, and those of you who do have it, you have a hidden treasure that is no longer available to the rest of the world. So, and then I use my Melt Cosmetics Genesis. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's a highlighter. It's a digital dust highlight, but it's actually got a really severe pink cast. So it's in the air of whether to use it for a blush, but if you put it on really lightly over the right color, it just turned out perfect. And I mean, I look undeniably beautiful right now. So no complaints. My final review on this palette is you could do 100 different looks. There's 100 different combinations. You can mix any color with any color. It's got dimension. It could have a little more dimension, I'm not gonna lie, but this color's pretty deep. I thought my shit looked deep enough the other day. I mean, if you want, you could just add, you know, ABH Noir if you need a little more depth, but honestly, this is a really soft palette, which isn't always my style, but I'm loving it right now, and I know you guys are too, because my views and my comments are going through the fucking roof on that last video. So anyways, my final review on this palette is get it. Get it. I feel like it is so worth the price. Like, if you are into this at all, I mean, this is an exciting fucking palette. It's just so exciting. I'm so excited about it. So anyways, that's all there is. There is no more. You can use my code LOSSED to save money, 10% I think, which is actually pretty substantial. It takes it from, I think it's like 77 and it goes to 65 with the discount code. Or it's something like that. 72 and it goes to 65 with the discount code. Something like that. So I feel like that's pretty substantial. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my voice charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my god, she's so pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much on Instagram. And if you're like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really felt, then go check out my Patreon. I don't hold anything back on my Patreon. Hey, you guys have a Merry Christmas. I have a lot of cool videos coming up. You can look forward to that. Thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you're here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.